And there you go, the final product. That looks insane. Alright everyone, so I've got to be a little bit quiet because baby's having a nap at the moment. But yeah, this is going to be a video on how we're going to catch and cook the cod that I caught last night. So I'm going to do the old classic fish and chips. Going to make a lovely beer batter. Not going to make homemade chips, I don't think. But maybe, we'll see. But yeah, we got our cod, let's make some fish and chips. So for the first step, obviously, you're going to take the guts out. I've already done that when I caught it yesterday. And then we're not going to take the scales off because we're going to take the skin off anyway because we're doing it for fish and chips. But yeah, so as always, you're going to make sure you're going to use a nice sharp knife. I'm going to be using my fishing knife. I bought this new, like a couple of weeks ago. I already snapped the tip off it, but well, that's alright. So yeah, going to try and get a nice cut from about here downwards. Try and get as much meat as we can. I'll try and miss the gill. I haven't done this before actually, I'm not going to lie. Might be a chef, but I haven't filleted a cod before. There we go, so I got that cut made. And then I'm going to start working my way down along the back of the fish. And then when you get to the end, you're going to want to put your knife through and then just cut through it. There you go, so that's that. And then we're going to start working up, back up. Hopefully get as much meat as we can. As long as you're hearing the noise of your knife hitting against the bone, then you're probably doing a pretty decent job. As I said, I might be a chef, but I'm not a fishmonger as it goes. So yeah, you can see hopefully on the camera. There you go, you can see it's quite open in there. So I'm doing a pretty good job, there's no meat on this side. I'm going to keep on working the knife through. Just getting to the bottom of the fillet right now. You can see it's nice, beautiful white flesh. Look at that. Caught less than 12 hours ago this, so that's proper fresh cod. I appreciate a lot of people can probably do this a lot quicker than me, but when you don't do this very often, you just want to take your time and make sure you do it properly. Right then, so we can get that around there. There we go, almost there. Cut through the last bit of tail, and there we go. Got a little bit of belly on there, but that's alright. Look at that. Make sure you go slow in it, and you'll get a nice, good result. So there you go, I'm happy with that. Looks pretty good. And as of right now, it doesn't look like there's any parasites in this bit of cod. So yeah, go put this one to the side, turn the fish over, and do the same again. There we go. I'll say it again. Pays to go slow, because look at that skeleton. There's literally no meat on those bones at all. I'm happy with that, done a good job there. Obviously you want them intact as well if you're going to be trying to do fish and chips. But yeah, we'll move on to the next step now. So for the next step, we're going to be taking out the pin bones here on both of the sides, just for the belly. And then we'll take the skin off as well, because it's going to be the fish and chips obviously. You don't have to take the skin off if you don't want to, some people like it. But if you are going to leave the skin on, then obviously take the scales off first. Okay, so for the pin bones, there's a line of them that goes along here. So if you feel with your finger, obviously you don't want to waste any of the meat as always, so just feel with your finger where they go, about there, so they cut through, and then you want to make a triangle sort of cut. And you should be able to take these all out without much fuss. Gonna make the final little cut in here, and there we go. So I don't know if you're able to see them, but there you go, there's one there. Oh, see if we can get the camera. Right there, there's a bone right there, so that's what you want to get out, otherwise you'll be chomping on cod bones. But yeah, looking good, we got that one out, we'll get the other one out as well. Now, quite stupidly there, I probably should have taken the skin off first before doing the pin bones, but we'll see how it goes. So, for skinning it, what you want to do, you want to make a little cut on the end of the tail, just about there. I normally go at an angle towards the other way. Just want to go in there, get a nice good angle on it as well. Go in there, and you want to turn your knife around. Obviously a nice flexible knife like this one, as you can see, is flexible. So you can get under there, just gotta make sure the skin's that way. And then you're gonna want to hold back the knife, hold back the fish, like that, pull back on the skin. Keep that knife on a low angle, facing down towards the chopping board, otherwise you're gonna lose a load of meat. Which hopefully we're not doing, just keep tight on the skin as well. There we go, got through the bottom bit all right, I believe. Gonna go down this bit as well. Definitely would have been easier to, before doing the pin boning, but yeah, just make sure you got a nice firm grip on the skin. And there you go. We've got the cod skin off, and there's barely any meat. We'll show you on the other side as well. Look at that, that is beautiful. That's not a bad job. Definitely should have done that before doing the pin boning, but there you go. Skin off, and we've got a lovely fresh fillet of cod from last night that I'm going to batter up and do fish and chips. Also, don't think there's any parasites in this one as well. You can tell they're little worms looking things. They leave a sort of bruise effect on the fish. They're white worms, quite long, but yeah, these look beautiful. So I'm going to get that other one off, and whew, happy days. For something like that in a restaurant, you'd probably be looking at £25 for a pub for a fish and chips with a piece of cod that big, especially with a locally sourced bit of cod. I know at my place we do haddock for £18 and then a smaller fish finger size of cod, probably about that big, for about £21. So that's a £30 fish and chips right there if you're going to a restaurant. But yeah, we've got another lovely fillet of cod right there. Also with no parasites at all. I know I don't like saying about that sort of stuff, and probably people are quite squeamish when it comes to that, but you've got to be told, otherwise you'll happily munch down on them. But there you go, two lovely fillets of cod. I can't believe how well that's come out, to be honest. But yeah, it's going to be me and the missus' dinner tonight. So it's lunchtime now, so we're going to let these just chill in the fridge until later, and then whack up some beer batter. I'll show you how to do a really, really nice crispy batter. And yeah, don't forget, hit that like button if you're enjoying it. Drop a sub, I do appreciate it. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm happy. I'm very happy. So as one of the cod that I caught, I also caught another two whiting that were of decent size and a pouting. So I filleted them up as well. Not the biggest of fillets as you can see, but still makes up a good amount of fish. So I'll probably batter them as well for the family. But yeah, whoa, look at that. That looks lovely. So apologies, there's a little bit of noise in the background. It's later on in the evening, and you know, the family at home being a bit rowdy. I've also got little Chef down here. Little Chef, she's just messing around in the old cupboards and all that lot. As little babies do. There you go, she's 1 year and about 5 months now, so yeah. As you can see, I went and got some nice potatoes. I got some Wiltshire potatoes at the top and then some Maris Pipers down the bottom. I deliberately got big ones so they can make decent chips, hopefully. So yeah, gonna start peeling these and then wash them off, and then cut them into chip size chippy chips, and then yeah, we'll see how they are. So self-explanatory. I've peeled all the potatoes and now I'm going to cut them into chips. So I'm not going to do them too big because the fryer we have at home isn't massive like a commercial one. So yeah, just going to get these all chopped up, and then I'm going to let them soak in some water. As you can see, the water's going cloudy, so that's taking out the excess starch. So I just want to wash these a couple of times and then let them sit, and then they'll be good to put in the fryer. Right, so as I'm going full chef mode, I might want to catch a cod another time soon probably. So can make some tartar sauce as well from scratch, including mayo. So I've got eggs, I've got the capers, I've got mini gherkins, and then you're also going to need some Dijon and some oil. I've got some Dijon here as well. It's got to be Dijon, but yeah, got a little one as well. Cheeky monkey. So yeah, I'll get all the stuff ready and I'll show you what to do. So to here in the mini food processor, I've added 2 egg yolks, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and then a squeeze of a whole lemon, and then a pinch of Maldon sea salt. Next, what you want to do is you want to slowly pour in oil, and I mean slowly, into here with the machine on until you start getting mayonnaise. So when it's starting to look like the oil isn't getting absorbed as much by the liquid, the mayonnaise obviously, you want to slow down a bit. You'll probably get to the end. As you can see, there's a big pattern on it, which means it's a nice stiff mayonnaise. So yeah, that's all done. Next, we're going to move on to the capers and the gherkins. If I had dill, I did try to get some. You want to put some dill in there for a bit more flavour. But yeah, we'll get on to the next stage as well. So I've taken approximately 3 tablespoons of capers and I've smushed them down like this with a knife, and then minced through them just to cut them up a little bit. So I'll add that to the mayonnaise, and then I've got 2 pickles that I'm just going to dice into a fine dice, and put that in there as well. Got that finely minced up. That's quite a bit of pickle, to be fair. But yeah, we're going to get that in there. Give it a little blitz, and then once you've done that, you can add lemon juice to your taste, how you like it, for your citrusness. And then I'm going to also put a little bit of the brine from the capers in there for an extra bit of the tartar flavour. There's the final result. So we got quite a lot of tartar sauce there. Probably should have split some into mayonnaise, but that's alright. But yeah, that was literally from 2 egg yolks, and then obviously the oil makes up a lot of what the volume is there. But this stuff is absolutely delicious, and it should last you well over a month. So as long as you keep it stored in an airtight container, yeah, should last over a month. So I've just drained the potatoes. I was going to let them sit there and let the excess water come out. I've also heated up the fryer. I've got that on 180 degrees. So I'm going to let that heat up, and then I'll be back with you when I'm about to drop the chips. I'm going to be dropping the chips first, and then I might put them in the oven to keep them warm. But obviously you don't want to be putting the fish in first when you've got a small fryer like this. If I had a dual fryer, then obviously I'd put the chips down first and then the fish in a couple of minutes later. But don't have one of those, so to do the chips first. So obviously with these chips, I'm trying to get the classic chip shop sort of sogginess. If you get that in a pub, you'd probably complain, but there's just something nostalgic about the soggy chips. So obviously have them crispy on the outside, but hopefully, you know, nice and moist in the middle and cooked fully through. So yeah, hopefully that goes to plan. Alright then, so the moment of truth, going to start the cooking process. So hopefully it's all going to go to plan. I've never done chips like this before, but you never know. So I'm going to drop them down, not overcrowd in the basket, otherwise oil will shoot over the side and the oil will cool down because the potatoes are cold. So we're going to drop them in, and hopefully these come out like chip shop chips. Going to shake them around so they don't stick together. So there you go, if I would have overcrowded them, the oil would spit out everywhere. But luckily we're all good. So yeah, I can leave them for probably about 5-6 minutes, see how they're doing, and then put another batch and sort out the fish. Okie dokie, so while the chips are still frying, this next stage, I promise, it sounds a bit weird, I know, but if you want to get a really good batter, you're going to have to use this stuff. So the gluten-free self-raising flour. I know it's weird, I know, but honestly, hear me out. So get some beer. I got Tusky. It's just, you know, I bought it for going fishing or whatever, and chilling on the boat and having one. So yeah, pour a decent amount of that in. I'm just going to probably pour most of it in. You're going to use a decent amount of flour, so make sure you have some at hand. But yeah, that's just a pint of Tusky. Yeah, might as well go in like that. Cool. And then what you want to do is get your gluten-free flour. You always add your liquid, flour to liquid. You don't add liquid to flour, just so you get the right consistency. So you want to keep adding it in and adding it in. Also, you've probably got about a 20-minute window of where this will be okay to use, sort of thing, before it loses its, you know, batteriness. And I got a bit too thick there. Got a bit excited. I'll pour some more beer in. But what you're looking for is just before it gets, you know, quite thick like it is at the moment. I've got to open another beer. I had too much flour. Quickly go get another beer. I got a bit excited, but you know, I can drink the rest of this. So you don't want it too thick, because otherwise you will have a massive amount of batter on your fish, which isn't the best. So just make sure it's a good consistency. There you go, look about that. Just a bit thicker than pancake batter. So yeah, gonna dust the fish off in a second and yeah, get into this. So another quick thing that I like to do before battering the fish is get some Maldon sea salt. I've said about this stuff in my squid catch cook video. It really is a proper nice salt. It's not like normal table salt where it's you know, really strong. It's a nice, gentle salt flavour. So I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle that on the fish. It's, yeah, as I said, it's not like table salt. This will bring out the flavour rather than make it salty, sort of thing. Obviously there's still that aspect of making it salty, but more to bring out the flavour. So yeah, get a good bit of salt on there. We'll get a little bit in the batter as well, and then afterwards we'll put a little bit more on. But honestly, this stuff isn't like table salt. This is Really nice salt. Okay, so let's try to check the chippies. And look at them, golden brown. So I'm going to put these into the oven in a tray. I'm going to put that in now. Just going to whack it into a normal big tray like that. Sprinkle a bit of the old Maldon sea salt on it if I can find it. And then whack them in the oven. Hopefully these come out absolutely gorgeous. But look at them. They look banging, they look the part. But hopefully they're nice and soft in the middle. Here we are then, so we're down to the most important bit of the entire meal. We're down to the cod. So I'm going to have to do these one by one. So here you go. Put it in the flour first. Obviously, as I showed before, I've got a bit of sea salt on the outside of the fish. That seasons it nicely. Don't need anything else, just simple batter. If you want, you can put your garlic powder, whatever, smoked paprika. But yeah, just choose the plain old flour for me. And then into the beer batter. So what we want to do is nicely cover it like that. And then with these small countertop fryers, oh, spilled it, don't you see that, that's right. With these small countertop fryers, you need to be careful because it's down the bottom. I don't know if you can see it or not. We'll try and get a good shot. There you go. You can see there's the element, so you've got to be careful not to get it on there, otherwise you'll burn your fish. So yeah, just going to turn it over, make sure there's batter on there, grab it by the tail, let some of the excess batter drip off, and then slowly lower it in, holding it high above the element. See if we can do it this way so you can see it. Basically, I'm holding it above the element right now. Letting it float, hopefully. Should start floating up like that, and then you can let go of your tail piece. And we should be good to go. Look at that, lovely. So it's all floating there. So we are going to be good to go. Alright, so I say we're about halfway there. The batter's going golden on that side, so I'm going to get in here, flip the fish over. Try to keep away from that element, otherwise we'll, you know, as I said, burn the fish. But hopefully it'll be alright. Sometimes I want to turn over, I don't know why. But there you go. Fish turned over successfully, going to keep it like that. Cook it for, you know, another 2 minutes and we should be good to go. Another side note, I know it's going to be a really long video most likely, but probably worth it. Don't forget these bits. Oh, I know most of you older people know about these down the fish and chip shop. Keep them to the side and eat them later. Oh yeah. There we go, so I got the fish up, measured the internal temperature, and it's saying just above 78 degrees. So we're good to go. We're going to get that other piece in quickly, and then get it all plated up, and we'll get a final picture. Of course, just flip this one as well halfway through just to make sure it cooks evenly. Here we are, so we got both the fish here. Just about to plate it up, but I've got them here. Listen to this, look. Listen to how crispy that is. Honestly, that gluten-free flour is amazing. So if you do try this, make sure you use that gluten-free self-raising flour. There you go, it's got the chips on there. Gonna put the fish on there, get the thumbnail picture, and happy days. There you go, the final product. That looks insane. Got 2 bits of fish. Got the chips underneath, mushy peas, that's nothing to do with me, but there. And then tartar sauce and some lemon wedges. Look at that. That's probably the tastiest dish I've ever made. Look at that, that is insane. We'll do a taste test and then that'll be the end of the video. So thanks for watching everyone, and yeah, let's get eating. Alright, so I've come upstairs, away from the family, because they're eating their dinner. Just have a taste test. So got the fish, look at that, perfectly cooked in the middle. It's so flaky and nice, so I'm going to dip it in some of the tartar. See my plate down there? Ooh, if you can, there you go. Got a few chips, got some tartar sauce, and the cod that I caught. Line caught cod from the Solent. Fish and chips up with a bit of tartar sauce, eh? Don't get better than that. Here we go then. All the hard work. That is the best fish and chips I've had in my life. I'm not just saying that, I'm never going to get fish and chips fresher than that. Not even the fishmongers will get it that fresh. There you go everyone. We'll try a chip as well, just for the old sake of it. There you go. They're spot on as well. They are spot on. Nice and fluffy in the middle. Got that chip shop sogginess to them, but they're still crisp. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm so happy. I know some people might cringe at people eating. I do a little bit as well, but there you go. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've put a lot of effort into it, so yeah, it's been worth it though. It's definitely been an absolutely amazing meal. So yeah, appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. And yeah, there you go.